Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the webinar. Brad's out today. He's traveling, so I'm flying solo today, and I'm thrilled to have my friend and colleague Phil Mishler join us from Allstate. He's going to be discussing short-term medical, dental, and indemnity products, among other things. And you know the drill. Go through a few housekeeping issues. If you got a question, you'll put that in the question box. We'll get to that at the end of the presentation. I might pop in here and there and try to address them throughout the presentation, but rest assured all questions will be answered by the end of the presentation. And I want to invite everyone within shouting distance to join us for the 2025 Individual Broker Expo. 2 dates this year. The first one is April 30th at the Cleveland Zoo, and then because of extra demand, we're doing one in Northwest Ohio at Bowling Green University on May 1st. And type Expo in the chat, and I'll get you a registration link. And we had such a great time last year. Tremendous attendance and participation. So backed by popular demand, this is the Broker Expo for individual agents. And take it away, Phil.
All right. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, all the agents and brokers on the line today. I know your time's valuable, and I really appreciate that you're sharing it with us. Let me get my screen set here. Okay. Let's see. Screen share. All right. Hang on, Jeff. Let me know.
Great.
All right. Can you see? Okay,
Yeah,
great.
that's perfect. That's perfect.
All right.
Fantastic.
So thank everybody for being here, but I really wanted to say most of you have written business with us already. So thank you so much for your business. I love working with Cornerstone, Jeff, and Brad. I'm sorry that Brad's not here today. Hopefully he's enjoying himself wherever he is. I have good news for you folks today. Even though you're looking at a PowerPoint, we're not using a PowerPoint today. It's a sum total of 3 slides. So what I wanted to start with today is some updates. So we just got back from our annual sales meeting. We have a lot of changes going on. Jeff wanted me to talk about. So even though your screen says supplemental products, we're really going to go through all of the under 65 products that are available in Ohio today. And we do have a senior dental that goes down to age 55. So I think I want to talk about that. But so here come the updates. So as far as short-term medical goes, there's really 3 fronts that are being worked right now, so to speak. One is we're not a party to the lawsuit, but we are financially supporting a lawsuit that would overturn the 3 months plus a 1 month extension that was recently enacted in September. So there's that is the lawsuit that's going on that we are supporting. Behind the scenes, we're working on a solution where we're putting together 3 different carriers to put together what I would call a 4x3. So your customer would get 3 separate policies, each of 4 months, to get them through a 12-month period. The other 2 carriers are not in the short-term medical space currently. Actually, there's 4 things going on. There's also a bill being worked on in Congress that would, by law, go back to short-term medical policies up to 36 months. And then in addition to that, we do expect that there could be executive action certainly by October. So we're pretty confident that one of these 4 items that's being worked on is going to result in all of us being able to promote short-term medical up to 3 years in a lot of states, 2 years in some states. So that's the short-term medical update. In general, the general updates are number 1, we have we're finally, it's 2025, we're finally launching a mobile app for claims in the late summer. So that's exciting. We're also making our cancer, heart, stroke guarantee issue up to $30,000 by late summer. So cancer, heart, stroke, we'll be talking about a little bit later in the presentation. Um, uh, this is a real side note for anyone on the call that might write MedSup with us. For underwritten policies in Ohio, Ohio is part of a test market where we're actually going to be doing the prescription check up front so that you won't even have to go all the way through the application to find out that there could be an issue with a drug that your customer has taken or might currently be taken. So it's a time saver is the bottom line. We're opening up our cancer only policy, which we don't have today. So we're segmenting out the cancer out of the cancer, heart, stroke, and we're going to make a cancer only policy available ages 18 to 74. For those of you who are fond of our TrioMed accident plan, TrioMed is now going to be able to be guarantee issue for all coverages, including $15,000 and $30,000 critical illness benefit. So, bottom line on that is we're just making it easier to do business with us and expanding the customer's choices. And then one last note. Some of you might be aware that we had an arrangement with Health Sherpa during last open enrollment. It was a bit complicated because it involved you folks opening up we had to create a white labeled Sherpa login for you folks. And it went okay. We got a little bit of business. In my opinion, it was too many moving parts. So just so you all know, we will have a much more streamlined relationship with Health Sherpa. And the purpose for this relationship with Health Sherpa is so you folks can help promote our supplemental products. So very quickly, this is my team. I love my team. You can see I'm based in Pennsylvania, sometimes in Florida. Brittany Harris is based in Greenville, North Carolina. Many of you are familiar with Nancy Vandervelde. I'm sure that many of you communicate with Nancy on a very frequent basis. And if you have, you know she's super helpful. If you don't know Jen, who's our senior VP of product, Jen Pasquale is your person if you are in that space, or maybe you just had a question about the senior dental that runs all the way down to age 55. And then last but certainly not least, Tabitha Jackson is a real problem solver. So if you have a problem, be it a claim, a premium, or you just have questions about an enforced policy, or you have a commission question, Tabitha Jackson is really a person that you'd want to get to know. So I'll bring this slide up later, but that really is the end of the presentation of slides. So again, if you have questions, like Jeff said, put them in the chat. Let me exit out of this. All right, so what we're going to do today is we're going to do some live quoting, and I think my quote screen timed out. Okay, so let me.
All right. No questions so far, but
Okay.
if anybody has any comments about the short-term, you know, situation, and let us know what you think.
Okay.
Let us know what you've heard.
All right. And Jeff, you can see the screen here.
I can see the screen.
Okay, great. I love your sense of humor, Jeff. It's good. Sometimes insurance is some pretty dry stuff. So thank you. All right. So let me make this screen bigger. There we go. Okay, so hopefully everybody can see this. So what I wanted to do is just walk through what we have available from the top to the bottom. So Jeff wanted me to spend some time making all of you folks aware of. So you see we have this left-hand navigation that we're going to be working our way down through today. So the first product is what we call Access. So for those of you who aren't familiar, Access is what they call a fixed indemnity medical plan. So Access, what this is, folks, is this is permanent health insurance coverage that can cover your customer to age 65. There is a pre-existing exclusion for the first 12 months. But what's exciting about Access is that it typically doesn't see a rate increase every year like an ACA plan, for example. And I'll use myself as an example. So I looking into the future, I'm planning on not working to age 65. I'm hoping that that's going to happen. I don't know. I still have some runway left. But there looks like there's going to be a 3 to 5 year period where I will not be eligible for Medicare yet. Unfortunately for me, I do take a bioinjectable that would be excluded certainly in the first year on this plan. But in my pretend example here, let's pretend that Phil Mishler doesn't need a bioinjectable, and I don't have a whole lot going on medically. I think that this plan may be a fit for me in that scenario. So I always like to start with the richest plan. Here, the richest plan is going to be the Enhanced Plus plan. So if I wanted to move forward here, I would just click the Add button. And now this is going to pull up this little pop-up here. So let me describe what you're looking at here. So we've recently added this benefit called Recuro. What Recuro does, it's a prescription benefit and a virtual no-cost urgent care visit. So for the prescription piece, the customer gets a zero copay for 800 different generic medications, and the upcharge is $7.09 a month. So we'll call this a rider. So that's one rider that you might be able to get, or your customer might be able to want. On top of that, we have what's called specified care rider. Now, the specified care rider is sometimes difficult to understand, so I will do my best here to have it make sense for you folks. So the way specified care works is your customer has to satisfy a deductible. Okay, in this first example here, it's $30,000. So the way in which your customer satisfies that deductible is by incurring charges. And so, for example, if God forbid I had double broken legs and I was in the hospital for 4 days and I incurred $100,000, it probably wouldn't be 100,000. Let's say $60,000, 2 broken legs in the hospital for 4 nights. This specified care rider kicks in, and once I hit the $30,000 of charges, the specified care kicks in and pays 100% to $2 million above that. And so, as you can see, the higher deductible that I might take, the lower the premium. So I want to save some money here. I'm going to go ahead and add the specified care rider and also the prescription. Now, when you're, now this is a new enhancement to our system. So if you're new to our system, this is the best quote system I've seen in a very long time in this business. So this is offering me whether or not I want to add a dental or I want to add an accident plan, but we're going to do this separately later. What's cool about this screen is it just kind of gives you a tap on the shoulder like, hey, did you forget to ask your customer? Did you forget to say to Jeff, hey, Jeff, what are you doing for dental insurance? Or, hey, Jeff, what are you doing for accident coverage, right? And Jeff might say, I'm not doing anything. And that's how we start the conversation. But anyhow, I'll close that out. What else do you need to know? Okay, so the rates don't typically increase. We've never actually raised the rates on access. So if somebody came to you this week and said, hey, I need coverage, but I need it for more than what a short-term medical would cover today. I need it for more than 4 months. So this is a product that you could get. We've never raised the rates on it, even though we reserve the right to raise the rates. If you're going to promote a product like this, you definitely want to do I'll do a physical representation, a circle of protection. You don't want this to be the only product that your customer has, because as you can see here, without opening up a brochure, the Enhanced Plus is going to give me a lump sum of $6,000 if I'm hospitalized due to an injury. And everybody on the call knows if I'm at Cleveland Clinic, my chances are 6,000 isn't going to cover that whole hospital stay. So I think you folks get my point. Let's just build a package around this particular medical plan. So as I scroll down and I'm still in the fixed benefit indemnity tab, I'm going to come down here to what we call, you know what? One more issue on the access. Access is not guarantee issue. It's the exact same as short-term medical. They answer no to 4 health history questions, and we automatically issue the coverage. All right. So this is the hospital expense protection plus plan, and while you cannot see it on this screen, if I bought Plan C, it would give me a lump sum of $5,000 once per year if I'm hurt or sick and I'm hospitalized. In addition to the $5,000 lump sum, it's also going to give me $150 a day for the first 10 days. So that one pays out the richest on the hospital part. But you can also see, if you look here in the office visit column, some of these plans, the D, E, and F, not only reimburse for office visits, but they also give your customer a reimbursement for x-rays and lab work. So Hospital Expense Protection Plus is really a really good attachment product. There are 3 health history questions that your customer has to check no to be eligible. So I'm going to go ahead and add Plan C to my package here. Now, sometimes it helps to see a brochure. So let's see. I have a brochure already downloaded. So let me just get that out and just want to look. There's a little. Okay, what happened to that tab? Uh-oh. Okay, so we can't do that. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do download brochure. So you can see how easy our system is. You have access to all this information. So we'll pull up the brochure. Let's take a look here, right here. So this is, I hope you folks can see this. This is the differences between A through Plan F. Typically, people look at the lump sum benefit, which is here, this first line here. So I'm not going to read this to you, but you can see there's varying amounts from 1,500 to 5,000 if your customer's hurt or sick and hospitalized. And then over here, they have what we call the max plans, which give a generally lower amount per admission. But then when you come down here, it's that reimbursement for office visits, urgent care, and x-ray and lab here at the bottom. The other the other 2 benefits that are across all of these plans, if you can see my cursor here, is the ambulance. So there's a $250 reimbursement for ambulance, but also a $25,000 benefit for air ambulance. And if any one of you has experienced a friend or loved one that need air evacuation or an air ambulance, $25,000 might not even cover the whole flight, but certainly $25,000, better than nothing. So that would make Phil Mishler comfortable if I was building a circle of protection for myself. So I think you folks get the gist of that.
I had a couple questions, if you don't
Oh,
mind.
go ahead,
You
Jeff.
feel a couple questions?
Yes,
Related to this plan, can one have this in an additional high deductible plan?
all day long.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, we have pending in the Ohio Insurance Department a refreshed version of this. And it's what we call, so right here where it says value, the new plan will be called Metal Gap. And it's really cool because the Metal Gap plan churns out cash for everything from, as you can see on the screen, office visits, confinements, outpatient surgery, anesthesia. It's like a super supplement that would lay under any health insurance.
Oh,
Go ahead,
perfect.
Jeff.
Oh, and if you wouldn't mind, for our benefit, could you scroll back up and show people where that tab was on the left side? So it's on the left border. That's where all the plans are located. And you're going to be clicking on the fixed indemnity. And you
That's
also see
correct.
the other offerings there, including the dental and short term, just so you know how to navigate. Some more questions. will the GI short-term plans return to Ohio at any point?
No.
Um, okay.
There must have been some kind of issue in your state, and we pulled the product a few years back. No, I don't. I don't expect that to come back. But we do have the guarantee issue option on the access plan. So,
Okay.
um, not the strongest benefit in the hospital. Just to be fully disclosing, I mean, at $2,000 now. A lot of these benefits grow over time, but something's better than nothing. So that's the
Can
answer
you,
to your question, Jeff.
well, can you add the hospital expense onto that guarantee issue?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you
Yes,
have
sir.
another
Now the
layer.
hospital expense is underwritten,
Oh,
with the three.
okay.
It's a simplify issue with the three questions, but
Uh-huh.
the plan enhancer, which we're going to talk about in a minute, has a guarantee issue sickness hospitalization rider. So more details to come.
Oh, okay. And in terms of the three questions, what are we talking about?
Well, that's a great
Underwriting.
question. So
Hmm.
let's do this. Let's just see. So I'll remove the one product, right? So now we just have the hospital expense protection. So I'm going to go ahead and click apply. I'll make a gibberish name, and we're going to see the health questions in just a second. As a, whoever asked that question, a great question, Jeff. If that's yours, you're a good man. All right, so this
Well,
one is the same as short term. Is anyone pregnant or an expectant parent? So expectant father would be a problem. You can't screw it up because if you check no, or if you check yes, yeah, it's going to tell you we can't help you. Okay, so that's the
understood.
first question. The
Yeah.
second question goes back 5 years. So it's going to kick out people that have heart, stroke. I mean, you folks can read, but it's the big stuff: heart, stroke,
Okay.
diabetes, cancer, and then the AIDS question, HIV or AIDS, and then the very last question. So it's only four questions. Should be the
Hmm.
same as short-term medical.
Hmm.
The last question just simply says, um, "Have you have you been recommended or scheduled for testing that hasn't been completed?
Hmm.
And have you developed signs and symptoms where a diagnosis has not been determined?"
Okay.
We're good? All
Good.
right. Let me see if I can get out of this. Okay, I was able to get out of it. All right, so let me go back to my package here. What other questions did anyone have, Jeff?
Well, and maybe for later, but we have a question about med sups.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Well, I could field any of those type of questions. I could
okay.
do it now or I could do it later.
I go through all your presentation. We'll get to that later.
Good, probably a
Yeah.
good choice.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so when we have our new offering with Health Sherpa, this Health on Exchange tab will become important. Quickly click on it today. What's cool about it is a direct electronic enrollment. It will be tied through Health Sherpa. But what I do like about it is if you're in here running a quote for short term or anything else,
Hmm.
you're in a FFM state like Ohio, you could
Hmm.
actually do a quick subsidy estimate on the fly if you needed to. All right.
My
So the
understanding is
next
you
tab,
don't offer, pardon me for jumping in, but I don't believe Allstate is marketing ACA plans in Ohio.
we're not. What we're giving people the opportunity to do, and the whole reason I'm mentioning Sherpa and looking at this tab is so that
Hmm.
folks can do an ACA enrollment and do the supplemental products all in one application, all at
Perfect.
one time. So I
Yes.
think that that'll be helpful. And
Hmm.
uh, hopefully, well, more details will definitely
Yeah.
to come.
As
Uh,
Cornerstone grows out, we're probably in 25 states now. I was looking at a map. Um, and tell me some of the states you might be in.
for Health on Exchange, like for
Yes.
ACA plans,
Hmm.
every ACA state that participates with the federal marketplace.
Okay. And that
So the
would
only
be
ones we won't be in is ones that have a state exchange, like
okay. So
Kentucky, Pennsylvania. Yeah, there's a few.
Georgia, yeah. Yeah, but it's something in the offing. Right now you don't have any, is that correct?
This Health on Exchange and our arrangement with Health Sherpa would just
Hmm.
be for FFM states. You're never gonna see it in a
Hmm.
state-based exchange.
Hmm. Hmm. I'm not
Yeah,
aware of any states right now that you have an ACA on exchange
we,
product,
we're
or
we're
am
never
I
gonna
mistaken?
have an ACA plan. It's just so brokers like on
Oh,
the call today
oh,
can
okay.
enroll an ACA plan and the
Oh,
supplements all in one
oh,
place.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's really cool then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It will be cool. It was a little
Mhm.
clunky last year, but it'll be a lot cooler and slicker this year.
Understood. No,
Yep.
fully understand now.
Yep.
Great.
Okay. So for those of you who don't know, we also offer dental. If you find a better dental, send me the brochure. I'll quit my job and go work at that company. This is a no wait dental plan with a vision rider. This is where you would check the network right here. The network is the Aetna Dental Administrators Network, and that's turned on nationally for service. So you could buy this dental plan today and start getting your teeth fixed tomorrow. The only exception to the no wait is this top plan right here that says copay. This copay plan is a 6 month wait, but if your customer can stomach a 6 month wait, here's what they get. They get a $3,000 annual maximum, and they pay straight copays. So we break the dental treatments into less expensive dental treatments, which we call tier one, and more expensive dental treatments that we call tier two. So you can see here for a less expensive dental treatment, you're going to pay $50. If you're getting a more expensive dental treatment, you're going to pay a $250 copay. And the copay is per procedure. So if you're getting 5 procedures done, you are going to owe 5 copays. So I just got a crown a few months back. Do you know when I knew how much the crown was going to cost me? When the person behind the desk says you owe 600. So what the copay does is it provides dental treatment certainty for your customer. I think this is important enough to pull up a brochure. So let me get out of this real quick. And I apologize, I had pre-downloaded these, but something happened. All right, so let's blow this up so we can see it. So I just described to you folks what we call the co-insurance plans. These are, I'm sorry, I just described to you folks the copay plan. This is the what we call the co-insurance plan. So these are typical dental plans. I always like to promote the richest plan. So these are standard deductibles, $50 an individual, 3 per family. But on this plan, we call the Prime plan. And again, these are everything you're looking at is no waiting period on this screen. If I buy the Prime plan, number one, I'm going to get an orthodontic benefit for children under the age of 18. I'm also going to get a annual maximum that starts at 2,000, but it grows to 3,000 in the third year. One of the things that puts us in front of our competitors is we offer uh, major services at 25% from day one. And then in the second year, as you can see here, that the reimbursement or the coverage percentage jumps to 50%. So the Prime is a really strong dental plan. There's nothing wrong with the value in the Plus. Again, everything's no waiting period. Now, we do have a little slide on the copay. Unfortunately, don't look here because copay plan 2 is not available in Ohio, even though this is Ohio brochure. But the copay plan 1 was what I was referencing earlier, and that's with those straight up copays. And it does reiterate here, this is the one plan. There is a 6 month wait, and you can see major tier one, major tier two, and what the copays are. So again, just to sum it up, the copay plan provides dental treatment certainty for your customer. The other thing that's important to know when promoting any of these plans, they are network plans. It's the Aetna Dental Administrators Network, turned on nationwide. You don't want to be selling this to somebody whose provider is out of the network, because you'll see here there is an out of network percentage. Obviously, it's much lower than the in network percentage. But when you're out of network, we're using a usual and customary calculation, and the reimbursement, it ain't going to be good, folks. So you only want to be selling this to people whose providers in the network. Even if you see the provider in the network, you need to make sure one of you calls the office and make sure that that office is still participating with Aetna Dental Administrators. And two, if they have multiple offices, you will want to make sure that the office that your customer is accessing for their treatment is also in network. That way you don't have any trouble. Now, there's a vision rider. The Vision Rider is a 10 or a $20 upcharge. You can see here and so the Vision. So this is the network link for the to check the scope of the network. This Vision benefit is made available through a company called Avisus. Most of you have never heard of Avisus, but many of you have heard of a company called Guardian Life Insurance Company. So Avisus is owned by Guardian Life Insurance Company. It's every major chain in America, including Sam's Club, Walmart, and Costco. So that's just a description. Let's get out of the brochure. Go back to the quote. So you can see here, if I took the Prime plan, now remember, I'm quoting a female who's 38 years old. Okay, so this is somewhat of an artificially low premium. What else you're going to notice here is that if I add dental to any other product, I'm going to save 15% on the dental premium. And you see this green box here. So I go ahead and click add. It's going to ask me if I want vision. I'm going to say yes, because obviously you see I'm wearing glasses. And all right, so then what you want to look at is you'll see that the select dental plan just got ripped down about $9. And if you were paying attention, the upcharge for vision was $10. So essentially, it's like getting the vision rider for free when you're uh, uh, packaging products with our company.
Power of
So
bundling, people.
yes, sir. Yes,
It
sir.
sounds like a. Are you guys owned by a auto insurance company? I'm just joking.
Yes, and
Yeah.
actually, recently they've come out and said we're not allowed to use the word bundling. We have to
Oh,
use the word packaging. It
packaging.
may have something to do with Progressive. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Uh, Allstate's a pretty big company. I don't want to get
Yes.
fired, so packaging. Okay, so let's just pretend that your customer's dentist isn't in the Aetna network, which means it's really not an option. You folks could always consider our dental indemnity plan, which simply gives your customer cash to use any dentist. Uh, it's not 180/50 like the dental plan we just looked at. It's specific um, scheduled benefits, is what I'm trying to say. So if I bought the richest plan would be the plus plan, would be almost the same premium. What this does for me now, it is a 6-month wait for major, but I'm going to get a $1,500 annual maximum. And this, like for example, for a tooth cleaning, is a $100 reimbursement twice per year. So this is good if your customer's dentist isn't in the network. For a $3 upcharge, you could consider taking advantage of the plus network savings card. So what that would do is that would give your customers access to the Carrington Dental Network, plus it would give your customer access to vision discounts. And those vision discounts are available through two companies. And if you're familiar with vision, both of these companies will sound familiar: VSP and IMED. So
We know them
that's
well.
something that you might. So if you're using the
Know
Carrington
them
network and you land a network provider, your dollars will go further. All right. So you folks are all
well.
dental experts. Jeff, do we have any related questions?
Yes, we absolutely do, Phil.
All right. So people paying
Aaron,
attention.
you anticipated Aaron's question. What is the dental network? It is indeed the Aetna Dental Administrator Network.
Yes, sir.
And maybe you could help us out. Is there a link? Oh, there she is. Okay, it's right up there in the upper
Yeah. Well,
left-hand corner.
this link is
Yeah.
for the Select Dental.
Okay.
Uh, this is just a download brochure. What I'll do is
Okay.
let me make a WEO list here. I will send out the link for Carrington.
Well, that and the provider lookup for the Aetna Dental Administrator.
Okay,
Yeah.
Carrington lookup. Hold on, lookup and Aetna lookup. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, because you know the drill. Aetna's a good network, but it's lousy if your dentist isn't in it.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah. And we'll poke
Aetna.
around and I doubt the penetration here in Ohio, but we're going to look at that real closely and scream from the rooftops. You guys need to look at this Allstate dental plan. It is really good. Um,
It is pretty good.
and send us that link. Another question related to dental If a member has an MAPD, can we write an Allstate Dental over the MAPD's embedded dental benefits? That's a great
All
question.
day long. What you would do, it gives me a nice segue to just go over to the senior side. So you would go up to the top. So
Mm-hmm.
right this second, we're in the under 65. I go up here, I click quote senior,
Mm-hmm.
I click dental. So there's a couple quick things here very quickly. If the customer hasn't had a crown, filling, root canal, dentures, or implants last 12 months, they
Mm-hmm.
get a premium discount. This is where you would check the provider. It's the
Mm-hmm.
same Aetna network for the seniors. And again, just to reiterate, this is age 55 to 100. Now, it's telling me there are no plans available to fit the demographic because I'm quoting a 38-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
And so you actually, let me do this. Well, okay, here's what I'll do. You can buy the Indemnity dental in the senior space, but we also have the same no wait dental for seniors. The richest plan covers implants and dentures, but I just can't show it to you now because we're quoting a 37-year-old. But this is how you would get to the senior to quote the senior dental,
Mm-hmm.
along with our other products like MedSup, very competitive in Ohio,
Mm-hmm.
final expense life insurance, senior indemnity, which we're retooling. So the senior indemnity isn't very strong today. We've copied a very popular competitor's product, and our senior indemnity is going to be awesome. So just to quick answer the question, yes, they can have our senior dental and MAPD dental as well.
Okay. Something related to Medicare. What price increase are you anticipating for Med Sup plans this year?
Higher than any other year. It's the same for every carrier.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
bottom line is we've been high single digits in Ohio, and I could look up what the increase is coming, but I'll
Yeah.
just give it to you this way, folks.
Yeah.
When I was selling MedSup, I always did a post sell with my customer, and I said, "Hey Jeff," because I don't know what Jeff knows, right? I would say, "Hey Jeff, just so you know, count on a 10% rate increase every year on your Medicare supplement. If it's worse than that, we'll try and make arrangements. If it's better, we'll celebrate. But in today's market, my post sell with Jeff would be 10 to 15% because nobody likes surprises. We're getting hit with, and every other carrier is as well, we're getting hit with a lot of claims from people who pushed off stuff during COVID. They're
Mm.
now more comfortable getting elective treatment. And the consumers have finally figured out that if I wait to get off my group medical plan onto a med sup to get a surgery that I could push off, I'm going to pay less out of pocket. It's
Wow.
not a it's not a secret
Yeah.
anymore. And so
No.
we're
Yeah.
experiencing really high claims. Not really high, but we're experiencing high claims. And the one thing that everybody needs to know on this phone call is that Medicare supplement is a very low margin product for any carrier. So when you have higher claims, there's not a lot of choices. And when you suppress raising rates, like another carrier in Ohio that will go nameless,
Yes, they will.
you eventually have to take the medicine. So,
Yes.
so we're going to be over single digits. As a long-winded answer to your question.
Okay. Um, I have another question. I just want to point something out. Um, if there's anything that folks have learned today, it's this website. This website kicks butt.
It,
I just want to
it's
point that
it's
out.
it's incredible. Yeah, these are
It
5-minute applications and a 1-minute e-sign. And the most popular e-sign today is pin text. Your customer gets a text if they have a smartphone. They read a disclaimer. It presents them with a 6-digit code. They read Jeff the code. Jeff types it in. Policy
Wow.
signed for. So super easy.
Wow. And what I love about this is everything's condensed on this website. The Medicare, the term life, the accident, the fixed indemnity, and um, I know some agents were using the old system, but the new system is that URL at the top, aside from the test in front of it.
Yeah. So I'm just going to shoot straight with you folks. I hope that you appreciate it. This is the best website I've ever seen. I've been in the business 33 years. We're still working some kinks out. And I'm sure there's somebody on this call who's like, yeah, it's a great website. I couldn't get in once. So yeah, we're still knocking some kinks out of it, but yeah, we're happy to have this system for sure. Okay, so oh, go
Before
ahead.
I
You have more
go off of
questions?
that, I want a question about, an agent is going to be going into this to enroll in these plans. Is
That's
that the
correct.
actual URL,
No, it's
enroll.net?
not. It's
Okay.
no, it's
Where do they go?
oh, it's a mouthful.
Okay.
Yeah, here I'll type it in if you can see this.
And we're going to send this to you
Oh
in
yeah,
the
let me do
subsequent
that. Yeah, I
email.
don't.
Okay, we'll
Yeah,
send it to you in the subsequent email.
okay.
So I just want people to know where to go.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
because there's
Yep.
this question about the new broker enrollment link.
Got it. Well, when you get appointed, if you're not already appointed,
Yeah.
you're going to type for 5 minutes. Your appointment goes live the next day. We'll
Hmm.
send a welcome email, which you
Hmm.
can register for this website, and you'll
Hmm.
have access. And then we offer training
Yep.
if you need training. It's a pretty intuitive website, but we could certainly don't blow off the training because we save you some time and money. So I did want to. Are you good on questions, Jeff?
One more,
Okay.
um, and this is from Mary Lee. Do any other carriers offer dental procedure certainty?
I bet there is a company that has a copay dental plan. I'm not aware of who it might be, but the copay is certainly new for us. So I hope that
Gotcha.
I'm answering your question. And just one more thing on Health on Exchange, I forgot to mention. Um, this is every carrier in
Hmm.
a particular state. I forgot to mention that. So I'm just let's see if it returns a rate real quick. It's every single carrier in a particular zip code market. So
Powered by
um,
Health Sherpa, right?
yeah, whoever's there. So Medical
Okay.
Mutual. Okay, well here you go. Oh,
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oscar, Buckeye. I don't know.
That being
There's
better.
yeah, right. It's everybody. So yeah, sorry I didn't make that clear. It made it sound maybe
No,
like it's
no, no.
RACA.
Yeah, it's a neat little tool. So you could,
Yeah,
in effect, you could do a lot of work, all your work, hopefully, on this
right.
broker
Right.
enrollment
Well,
tool.
it's kind of cool because at least it gives you this. It gives you an estimated subsidy in about four
Yeah.
seconds, probably quicker than you could go to healthcare.gov and do it yourself. All right, great. So we're going to move on here. So short-term medical. Right now we're limited to. Um, uh, what are we limited to? 4 months
3+ months.
maximum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And let's see. Really, all I wanted to show you here is we have both preferred rates. Okay. So in order to get preferred, you'd have to answer yes to this question, which is, have you had any type of coverage in the last 12 months? We don't ask for proof. Anything counts. Your height and weight. And then just ask, are you rewriting a short term? Because we do charge a one-time $35 enrollment fee. If you check yes, they'll
Hmm.
never pay that again if they're re-upping. And then if they wanted to go for preferred, they're going to answer these questions. They're going to have to say, no, I don't own or lease a motorcycle. I haven't had more than one DUI or moving violation the last 2 years. And I'm not on high blood pressure, anxiety, or high cholesterol or depression medication. And then you'd be able to view the rates. We offer single pay at a 20% discount. Um, and most people do pay monthly. Here's a drop down where you would select whatever you're looking for, or 3 months plus one renewal. Some of you may be jostling customers through three different carriers right now on your own. You could certainly do that. These are the pricing. Again, this is a 37-year-old female, so the pricing is pretty low. And as you can see, we still offer easy to explain plans like a 2,500 deductible 100%, a 5,000 deductible 100%, or co-insurance. You click add, it goes in the cart, and you're off to the races. We do use both the Aetna uh, Open Choice PPO nationwide, or Cigna if you're in the western part of the United States. And there's a provider lookup. There's a download brochure button. I mean, this is pretty much, if anyone has questions, let me know. But that's the short term medical. And historically, it is our number one product. And we're hoping it's going to be our number one product again. I can tell you, in my time in this business, short term medical has been pronounced dead over a dozen times, and it's always come back. And I'm pretty confident it's coming back. So, time will tell. Okay, so accident. because I'm running out of time here. So plan enhancer. If you sell ACA plans, Plan Enhancer is your plan. Everything I'm about to tell you is guarantee issue. You breathe air, you have a credit card, you're getting this. So the Plan Enhancer is super cool. In Ohio, and it's different in other states, we offer a face amount of $2,500 to $10,000. They get that benefit twice per year. So you get up to 2 accidents per year. What's great about Plan Enhancer, in addition to being guarantee issue, is that there's 2 riders available that are also guarantee issue. So I'm going to pick this $5,000 benefit for $24 a month. I'm going to click add, and now it's going to offer 2 riders. So CHS stands for cancer, heart, stroke. So if I check this rider, I'm going to get that equal amount of $5,000 upon first ever diagnosis for cancer or heart or stroke. If I take this rider, I'm going to get that $5,000 once per year if if I'm sick and I'm hospitalized. So I'm going to check both riders because I'm still trying to build a circle of protection here. Or you could decline the riders. In this case, I'm going to accept it. So now all of a sudden, take a look at my package now. I've got the hospital expense protection. Now you wouldn't want to sell 2 hospital reimbursements, so I'm going to get rid of this one. So I've got the prime health insurance. I've got the no wait dental. I'm getting a discount because I package the products. And I also have a vision rider in there. I'm getting the Plan Enhancer with a $5,000 benefit per accident. AME stands for accident medical expense. So twice a year, if I'm hurt in an accident, I'm going to get up to $5,000 or the cost of the accident, whichever's less. I'm going to get $5,000 upon initial diagnosis for cancer or heart stroke. It's not treatment. We pay that money out on diagnosis. And then once per year, if I'm sick and hospitalized, I'm going to get $5,000. I got the base medical plan. I've got the specified care. So if, God forbid, I run up a bill that's more than 100,000, Allstate pays up to 2 million, anything over 100,000. It's an episodic deductible. So like if I break my legs and I'm in for 4 days, I'm out for a month, and I'm having complications, I don't know, blood clots, whatever, and I'm back in the hospital for 4 more nights, the previous amount that I rang up, the specified care will keep paying. All right. So I think that makes sense. We also have another accident plan. It is guarantee issue. It's accident and critical illness. So if I pick this benefit, I'm going to get $5,000 per accident. It's unlimited accidents on the Triomed. And then if I have one of 15 different critical illnesses on diagnosis, they would pay out the $5,000. Both are guarantee issue. There's a standard issue that we're going to make guarantee issue in Ohio. So you could buy, and this is guarantee issue. So we do have an underwritten critical illness, but this is guarantee issue, either 15 or 30,000 of critical illness and a flat $5,000 of accident medical expense coverage. We have some other plans that are AD&D only. I didn't really get into that too much. We have another accident plan very quickly. Accident fixed benefit is what's interesting about this is it covers 24 hours a day on and off the job. It is like an AFLAC style reimbursement. It's a particular dollar amount for whatever you're getting treated for versus the Plan Enhancer, which is lump sum. All right, everybody's an accident benefit at this moment. Jeff, are there any questions?
Oh, I think we're pretty much done.
Good.
Great info, Phil, and this will be recorded and it will be sent out to everybody after the presentation.
Awesome. Jeff, thank you so much. I did want to say one last thing. For everybody who's on the call, I'm asking all of you, if you haven't already tried these products and haven't engaged with us yet, I'm asking all of you folks to give it a try. If you love it, you can keep doing it. If for some crazy reason you don't, you can stop doing it. So thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it. And Jeff, God bless you. Thanks for the opportunity today.
Everybody have a great day. Thanks, Phil.